What do you think of the latest music trends out there? Who do you think is a really good musician that really moves you? Somebody that hits you spiritually deep in your soul.
Well, I wouldn't call it spiritual exactly, but something that just hits deep in my soul is a shabozi.
Oh,
Yeah.
you like that Shabuzi stuff?
Oh yeah.
That song he does about drinking or something?
Something like that.
He
I
jumps
think to
around like a
myself, you
fool.
know what? If I was if I was a black guy that liked to dance like a white guy and talk about drinking in country bars, that's the song that I would do.
He's kind of like the odd man out. He's got a
I
whole
like
song
it.
out. He's
He's
got a
like
song out about drinking with a bunch of
yeah.
old white
It
people.
was like when Post Malone came out,
I
and
don't get
he
it.
was supposed to be all R&B and rap and stuff, but it was really just like indie folk, and he's just like an ugly white dude with face tattoos. And he comes out, he does his thing. Now Shabuzi comes out, he's got like weekend hair, but he dresses like he's about to bale some hay or something, and then he's singing this country song, and it's like it doesn't fit, but then
No.
somehow it does fit.
And the video's very strange. It's got these white people jumping around in the background.
He's the only black dude in the video.
It feels very staged, you know. It just
I
feels
don't know.
something that some
I
marketing
mean,
team at Capitol
every
Records
video
put
is
together.
staged. That's what they do. That
I
is,
know,
it's just, it's
no,
all, it's not like this,
but they're putting
natural
it off.
party
But
in the country,
they're
you
putting
know.
it off like it's a natural thing that's just happening, though. You know.
Well, that's how it's supposed to look, you know. But all the music videos is just a setup. It's just a little movie to go along with the song, you know.
That's true, but they don't even try anymore. They just say, okay, set the camera up, get rolling. Okay, now start jumping around like a fool. Like, I
Yeah.
remember back in the 90s, in the good old days, you know, Michael Jackson video would have like a $5 million budget and it'd be a whole story production.
It's
Steven
not back in,
Spielberg,
yeah, that's right, Steven Spielberg. I
just the
mean,
whole thing.
stuff was different back in the day, and now they're just doing all this shit where it's like the less effort, the less good looking, the less in shape, the better. Just who cares, you know? You just face tattoos, and you're just out of shape, and you can't dance, and you can't sing, and you just auto tune it and throw a drum beat on it, and boom, you got yourself a hit.
It just doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't
I
matter
think I'm going to go out
anymore.
and buy a drum machine tomorrow and get started.
And the talent is real low these days. And
I'm
I'm
going to
not
bring
saying
back
there
some
aren't
old
some
timey
these
Frank
days.
Sinatra rap.
You know,
I'm going to do that.
I think that sounds interesting, and who knows, you might find yourself a fan.
Why did you just put that blanket over that beautiful faces?
Because I had to yawn.
That doesn't sound like Rosie anymore. You better get back into character. Now, why is it you got this blanket, this whole blanket covering this body? What's going on with you?
Actually, I was thinking, you were asking me about if I wanted to do any porn, and I was just thinking, this is the kind of position I would do.
Oh, is this it?
No
This is
face,
the answer everybody's been waiting for, everybody.
no face, no body.
Right here.
This is the position.
This is the answer.
That's the answer.
I tried to picture what does no face, no body look like. It's a blanket over the face. That's perfect.
If you haven't heard of this kind of porn, it's called full coverage.
Oh, I like it.
Full coverage instead of the full Monty, it's the full coverage.
This blanket is very full. It gives a different definition to the word fluffer.
And then we're gonna do something like this, so you don't have to be distracted by my ugly face.
Well, there it is, folks. You finally got your answer. I asked the question 2 weeks ago. She's giving you the answer right here. Right here. Now, Rosie, before we sign off, why don't you just tell the good people out there? Tell them about your day today. What happened? Anything happening in the salon and the hair business world? Any interesting characters you had to interact with or anything like that?
Oh no, not today. Today I was just had a nice day off, and I had some friends over. We had some tea. I did their hair. They made me something nice and special too, and then we had a little trade, and That was my morning, and then I just went to the grocery store, got a
Wait, what kind of
pedicure.
trade was that? Sex for hair or what?
Oh,
What were you
whoa,
doing?
whoa, whoa, whoa.
What kind of trade are we talking
I
here?
don't know what kind of business you think I'm in, but I'm not in that kind of business.
I just woke up a little bit there
Never
for a
have
second.
been,
I
never
got a little
will
tingly
be.
deep in my soul. I was like, a
Oh,
trade.
my
What do you mean?
goodness. It was I'm gonna be in one of my friend's wedding and I gotta get this dress made. So I had somebody make it up for me. She's real good. She's a seamstress, whatever. I'm gonna be wearing that, and I did her hair, put some pink highlights in there. Did her daughter's hair. We did some highlights in there too, and just had a nice conversation, a little cup of tea, and I was able to get my dress made on a really good deal. Good
You're
trade.
being like very secretive and stuff. Let's just put it out there, okay? We all know you're friends with MJ from Shahs of Sunset. It's for her wedding, isn't it? You're
Oh,
gonna go to MJ's wedding. That's
yeah.
what this is all about. Why don't you just tell the people I'm going to MJ's wedding?
Going to MJ's wedding, I had to get something special made for it. And, normally I wouldn't wear a dress, but she put pockets in it, so I said, fine, I'll wear it.
Is Reza still gonna be her man of honor or whatever?
Reza's always going to be the man of honor, whether he's wearing the tux or not.
He's
So,
got some crazy fashion clothes, man. He's just really rocking all the time.
oh yeah, I would love to invade his closet.
He's
I
got
know
like
those
sequin
jackets. It's the
jackets and
jackets for me and the loafers. Loafers all day, every day. I could
got
wear
those
loafers for everything.
those spiky, what are they called? Farong Saragioloni shoes or whatever. They got
Uh,
those big long Italian names that I should know.
Ferragamo.
Ferragamo.
Sound
There it
like
is right
that?
there.
Probably. Who knows? I don't
Sounds
know.
like a lunch I had
Balenciaga,
last
Gucci.
week. I had a Ferragamo. It was very filling. It was more filling than a calzone.
You know what? I got
You
some
know?
co-workers, and they would say they would give some coochie for some Gucci.
That's
What do
right.
you think about that? Is that right or is that
That
wrong?
concept, giving out the cooch for the gooch,
And
I
would
don't
you
think
be a
there's a
coochie
problem.
with for some Gucci?
Well,
Is
here's
it
the
worth
thing.
it?
Here's the thing. We were just talking about this. I said to you earlier, I said, look, every situation where a man has to pay for something on a date, it's already inferred in a very indirect way. There's going to be some kind of sexual exchange.
Now, why would it be like that? Because I go on a date. I don't go out with a man, of course, but I'm paying. And I got no
You got
problem
a different
with whether
situation.
that's gonna happen. I'm not saying, you know what, I'm
That's a
paying
different
for this date,
situation.
so you better like muffins. I'm saying I'm paying for this date because I like your company.
That's different, though. That's in the gay world. The ladies in the gay world. You guys have your own different rules. I'm talking about the hetero world.
Yeah. Oh,
Listen,
oh,
my whole life going all the way back to the 20s, the roaring 20s and all that during the Depression,
right.
even if I only paid a nickel for dinner, I was going to expect a little sloppy something after that. That's just the way it is. And,
That is disgusting, and another reason why I will never be switching to the other side.
well, the men's are very disgusting piggies.
Yeah.
That's just how we roll, you
Mm.
know. And
One of these days we'll just eliminate y'all, and we'll do it ourselves.
it's already starting, with
Yeah, we're
that.
there. We're getting there.
You got
Just
that robot sex. You got that lady in
yeah,
Japan.
petri dish.
What about that programmer, that lady in Japan? She actually built a robot and fell in love with it. She's in love with a robot right now. She has
Isn't
a
there a movie
relationship.
about that anyway?
Yeah,
Joaquin
it was right there
Phoenix
with
or
Joaquin.
something, and
Yeah, it's very funny.
what's her face? She has that sexy whatever voice.
Well,
And
this is the same thing, but reversed. It was an older Japanese lady, and she's a programmer, and she programmed a robot to love her.
oh yeah, you told me about that.
That's
She's
incredible.
a sad, lonely tech girl. What are you gonna do?
Well, what's worse? What do you think is worse? Having like a whole collection of animals in your house or falling in love with a bunch of bolts and screws? What do you think?
Oh, at least you know what? If you got the animals in your house, you're probably at least taking care of them. So they're getting a better life. So
That's true.
doing something,
That's true.
just in the whole universal span of things.
I got to tell you, though, this is for people of the older generations. I don't like to admit it, but I'm just going to put this out there. When I was younger and I used to watch that old TV show called Lost in Space, there was that robot in there. That robot used to get me a little hot and bothered. That was a sexy robot. I really like those two big bolts on the front.
I never heard of this story.
Lost in
before.
Space. It was a very famous show in the 50s.
Well, that's beyond
You
my
know,
time.
it was like
so
during the honeymooners time, you know?
I don't even know who the honeymooners are, nor
You
do
know,
I care.
Ralph Cramden.
At this point, I feel like you're wasting my time.
No, like,
As a celebrity, I refuse to waste my time.
Oh, that's very highbrow.
Yes.
Very elitist of you.
I think I will retire for the evening.
That sounds good. Everybody, if you enjoyed this disjointed, abstract conversation, subscribe. And make sure you share the damn thing so we can build
like it
this.
and subscribe.
That's right.